My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. So I'm out to them.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
I didn't bring a passport.
You don't need passports. You're the Justice Society.
There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go.
Hello and welcome to this What Do You Want to Watch Spoilercast for the film Build to Change the Hierarchy of Power in the DC Universe, Black Adam. I'm Ashley Hobley. Joining me today, Dylan Blight.
Who the hell said that? Is that a thing someone really said?
That's what Dwayne Johnson said several times.
The Rock took too many bumps.
I don't know. I feel like obviously I went to a press screening or a screening. There was someone that one of the PR people, like someone from Warner Brothers, came and said hello to in the audience and pulled aside for a second. He was wearing a sleeveless hoodie with those words on the back.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I think he may have been a stunt person or something involved in that regard. Yeah,
a super fan.
Could be, yeah.
Some competition or something.
But yeah, the hierarchy of power in the DC Universe was set to change with this film. So yes, Black Adam currently in theaters. Please be aware we'll be freely discussing anything and everything about the plot themes in any of the movie. So if you haven't watched it, come back later. With that said, let's just jump straight into our discussion of Black Adam. Directed by Jaume Collet-Serra, written by Sztykiel, Rory, Haines, Sohrab, Noshirvani. Based on characters from DC, starring Dwayne Johnson, Aldis, Hodge, Noah, Centineo, Shahi, Marwan, Kenzari, Quintessa, Swindell, Bodhi, Sabongui, and Brosnan. In ancient Kadak, Teth Adam was bestowed the almighty powers of the gods. After using these powers for vengeance, he was imprisoned, becoming Black Adam. Nearly 5,000 years have passed, and Black Adam has gone from man to myth to legend. Now free, his unique form of justice, born out of rage, is challenged by modern-day heroes who formed the Justice Society: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone. Dylan, what are your thoughts on Black Adam?
Man, this movie was bad. But it was like everything I don't like about superhero movies. I'm going to admit something. I don't really remember much of the last 20 minutes because I kind of fell asleep, I think, for 10 minutes of it. Actually nodded off. And then when I woke back up, I was doing that thing, when you're really struggling to stay awake. So I was sort of in and out of it. I was like, Dr. Fate, yeah, cool, blah, blah, blah. Next second credits are rolling. Bam, Superman. And I don't know. So
Jeez.
fucking funny.
It was crazy that it turned out Black Adam was gay this entire time. And,
I didn't know what the hell was going on. Yeah, I was just... I was okay for maybe the first hour, not loving it, but I was like, what it is, what it is. I'm just sort of strapping in for the ride. But oh my god, I reached a point where I was like, I swear I was checking my watch, and then it felt like an hour passed, and I checked my watch. I'm like, it's been 5 minutes. What the fuck is going on? This movie's going forever. And then they go and they put him in this little tomb thing, or to put him in the water. And for a hot second, my brain was like, oh, this seems like a weird ending for the movie, but I'm getting excited for a second because I think I'm ready to leave. I think I was over. And then I was like, oh, fuck, the crown. And I was like, God, how much? We're about to enter the final act. And I get that stage, and my body just was like, nah, dude. You ain't in the final act. We're going to have a nap. we're gonna have a fucking nap because this shit is worn you out. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Like, and then the thing, like, I wake up and I like look around in the cinema. I'm like, did anyone realize I was just sleeping? Did I snore? Did I let out anything? Is someone beside me? I'm fine. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the movie at all. I would never watch this movie again. I know I don't really know anything redeemed. Oh, Pierce Brosnan's good, I guess.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's like carries a charisma, like a something to the film. Other than that, like I don't know. I got nothing really positive to say about it. I thought the action scenes were gibberish to shit that I usually hate in these sort of superhero movies. Black Adam, the problem with this character is that because when you have a character like this who's just so OP, you need to make the movie to make the movie interesting, you need to have like the least amount of fight scenes possible to make it interesting. And they're like, nah, fuck that. We're making like 90% of this movie fucking slow motion fight scenes or like shit with him just destroying people. I'm like, I don't really find it interesting. There's some wild shit they do in this movie too. I'm like, I don't know why we're like, I know The Good, the Bad and Ugly was on the TV for like a hot second there, but why you're parodying it now? I'm like, I don't understand why we're doing that, but sure, whatever. I mean, I guess the kid and his mum were like decent. Like, I didn't love them as characters, but they were fine. But yeah, I mean, I was bored out of my fucking brains. I really didn't want to watch the movie, to be honest. I never thought it looked good. And then yesterday, when everyone like you went and saw the
you were the one who suggested doing the spoilercast to start with. So
we always fucking do these superhero spoilercasts. I honestly would totally skip it if we weren't doing this because none of those trailers ever looked good. And then yesterday, everyone's like, man, this movie's bad. I'm like, not shocked, but also people were like, who did I see tweet that? I can't remember. So fucking, what's his face? Fuck, I can't remember his name now. It was like, man, the Suicide Squad just got dethroned or whatever. I was like, fuck, that's...
It was Seth from
it was
Seth,
Screens. Yeah. I was like, okay, that's a...
Yeah, he's gone hard on this movie, but yeah.
This movie is worse than Suicide Squad. As someone who doesn't like Suicide Squad. I would say this movie's worse than Suicide Squad. Because Suicide Squad's bad, but you're like sort of... It's so bad it at least keeps you awake. This movie was so bad that I was just bored out of my fucking brain. And the fact that the movie does as soon as it started, I'm like... I'm not a big movie sins fan, you know, that YouTube thing, movie sins. I never really liked it. I feel like it's in bad, like it's sort of mean most of the time. But shit, this movie starts, I'm like, movie sin ding number one. We're doing fucking 10 minutes of exposition, baby. Like we're doing the only movie where that shit that gets away with it is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is allowed to start and be like, once there was like the rings. And I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. Fucking rings, elves, whatever. Get your exposition in any other movie, especially a superhero movie. They're like, we really need to explain all this shit. So fucking here's 10 minutes of exposition. And then Justice Society shows up and they're like, yeah, let's chuck Amanda Waller in for some reason. Man, fuck this movie. What do you let me see you try and say anything positive about this movie.
I think it's just kind of your bog standard, you know, superhero movie. Like it's like the bare minimum of a superhero movie. I don't know. It felt like it definitely feels like it's cobbled together with different parts of different movies. Like this movie owes so much to the X-Men. It's like crazy. Like they even have like
the jet comes out the same.
The jet comes out exactly the same.
Same as Xavier's, yeah.
They've got a bunch of rookies who have never done superhero stuff before, jumping out of a plane.
What a waste they were.
They've got someone with wind powers.
Yep.
They've got a guy who flies and wears a mask over his... There's someone who's like always angry all the time and wants to fight all the time, you know? Very X-Men. There was some stuff that was... You know what? There's some stuff that's like visually interesting. Like I enjoyed the slow motion and like Cyclone's powers and her like thing the first time. And then they do it like... They do the whole slow motion thing like 50, 60 times. I don't know. It was a lot.
So many times.
And Cyclone does the same thing like every single time. It's like, it's a cool effect, but, you know, show me something different.
Movie does? At some stage, they're like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? Like, you really? Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't... There's just not much character to the movie at all, you know? Black Adam's like angry boy,
Boring. It's just boring.
but there's not a lot of growth to him. I guess he gets to the point where he's like, I guess maybe I don't need to kill everybody, because it turns out killing somebody results in the climax of the movie. So I mean, it makes sense that you'll learn a little bit of your lesson. But yeah, it's just so kind of bland and like not really super fun. I mean, I don't know. There's a certain joy in like seeing Dwayne Johnson like rip up fools, and like I did enjoy that first the first scene where he's obviously woken up for the first time, just killing everybody. That was interesting for a little while.
If they did that once, it would be fine. But the problem is they do
it several times, the exact same sequence.
Yeah.
The weird thing is they introduce something that can actually harm Black Adam,
and no one uses it,
and they don't use it again.
That's the thing. Like from the outset, start of the movie, they're like, "Motherfucker got hit with whatever it's called, Ethereum bomb. Look, knocked him the fuck out." I'm like, man, bad guy later in this movie gonna hit him with his kryptonite.
Yeah,
nah.
His the big hero twist is I'm gonna get Black Adam to kill me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. And then there's the whole argument throughout the entire film about heroes and villains, and the difference between them is pretty much whether you kill people or not.
This movie, the people writing this movie are like, we're so smart. We're gonna have a line here. They're like, you're gonna have the girls like, the world's not black and white. It ain't just heroes and villains. But then they're like, they do make it very black and white, because they're like, yeah, but ultimately we treat our characters as heroes, as the ones who don't kill, and bad guys are the ones who do kill. So really, it is that simple. Like, that's how the entire DC universe works.
Not that I don't know. It shouldn't though.
It shouldn't, but they're like, we have this high class. We got this high brow criticism happening in our movie, man. No, you don't. Yep. You don't.
No, it's kind of weak. They don't even try and talk at all until like much later. Why do you go straight to smashing? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a rough one. There's some weird stuff. There's like the whole reveal that Black Adam is not actually the hero that the legend is based on, which, shocker.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah. I guess it was nice to get the whole Shazam thing again, seeing the old wizard dude give Shazam his powers. Also, shout out to the guy from Young Rock who plays.
Does he play his son?
He plays his son, yeah, as the hero, which I thought was a fun cameo. And I just had like a crazy. That guy is 38 years old, playing Dwayne Johnson at 21. Crazy. It just blew my mind before. Yeah, I mean, and Dr. Fate was pretty cool. Pierce Brosnan obviously the relationship between him and Carter was probably the most interesting one in the entire film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, you feel like they've got some sort of history. But, everybody else is kind of fine. I mean, nothing against the two rookies, because obviously they're just being introduced to this for the first time. But yeah, obviously their exposition drops and kind of explaining their characters, kind of, I don't know, setting up stuff for the future maybe. Although they never explain. I don't think Hawkman gets called Hawkman at any point in this movie, which is kind of interesting.
And they never explain. They're like, we're going to introduce Hawkman to the DC universe, but like he doesn't have his actual, or at least as far as I get it, he doesn't actually have his normal storyline about being reborn.
Well, there's no there's no information. They don't explain any of his backstory, but just
no.
I guess it's interesting when they explore everybody else's backstory. I guess at least briefly, bonkers that Henry Winkler's in this movie, even for a brief second.
For like what, 15, 20 seconds?
It's probably like filmed on his own mobile phone.
Yeah,
it's like good on you for getting that DC paycheck.
Such a weird cameo, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Music's terrible is what other thing I'll say that I hated. I hated all the song choices, and I also just hated the general tone of the score and everything. Like, it really felt like it was this like I don't know, like what this movie thought, like the way the music's playing, thinks people in cinema are like watching it, like, yeah, fuck yeah, this is epic. Meanwhile, I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously we get to the climax, and it's Sabak. I mean, he doesn't look terrible, but maybe that's because a lot of this movie doesn't look fantastic in comparison.
So what actually happens? Because I was asleep.
So Sabak, his body gets turned into
he turns into a thing. Yeah,
turns into
I
a
know
demon dude.
I fell asleep about the time Dr. Fate
Dr. Fate sacrifices himself.
Yeah,
pretty much. You know, and then Black Adam is able to. They team up for a moment and fight each other.
Who?
Hawkman and Black Adam.
Oh, they team up and
team
fight
up
each
for a
other.
brief second, and yeah, Black Adam just lightning bolts him, I think, from memory, and rips his head in half. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I missed a major moment.
And then it's like, yeah, it's
why'd you do that?
Well, I had to kill him somehow.
Hawkman?
No, Sabak.
Oh, Sabak. I was like, what the fuck?
What's?
Oh, Sabak. So he rips his head off. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, rips his head in half. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and then there's they go, oh, maybe you should become the ruler of Kandak or whatever. He's he sits on the throne. You get that one picture.
I was kind of awake. I woke up as he's sitting on the throne, and then they're all cheering, and then he destroyed the throne. This is about when I came back into it.
Yeah, you just missed the climactic fight. That's all.
Yeah, and I
didn't miss much. Yeah, I mean it was the same as
I could
every
very
other
much
fight,
assume. I saw the start of it, and then I came out of it as it's over, and I could still probably predict what happened. I'm like, he killed him somehow. I don't know. There was probably slow motion.
You read the Wikipedia. Yeah, there was slow motion. Surprisingly.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah. All right. Any other thoughts on? Well, I guess we've got the mid-credit scene. Okay. Also,
I didn't stay all the way to
the credits.
There
was no end credits as far as I checked elsewhere. Even the end, the credits that they look the same as every other superhero movie's credits. Like they're going all over the suit and then ends up with Black Adam, and then you already did Black Adam at the start of the credits. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, Superman. Henry Cavill.
People in my cinema cheered.
They did?
Yeah, my whole cinema cheered. And I went, boo!
Keep doing The Witcher!
Fuck this! They betrayed you, Cavill! Nothing about him cameoing this movie does anything for me. I'm totally down. Man of Steel 2, sure. I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I like Man of Steel. I like Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut. I like his Superman movies. So I'm down. The only thing his cameo does to me is it goes, oh, those rumors that they're doing Man of Steel 2 must be true. That's all it does.
All it does is go, Henry Cavill's going to be Superman again, probably.
Yeah, that's the only part that works for me. The whole idea
think that's
of
all
him
it does.
Man of Steel 2 being fucking Superman versus Black Adam, you know what that does to me? Nothing. That sounds like the worst fucking movie ever.
No. Make that its own separate movie that you can not watch.
Yeah.
Man of Steel 2 separately.
Yeah. I'm down for I'm down for more Superman. Totally. Fuck that Black Adam versus Superman. Does absolutely. They'll try and set up, they'll release a teaser trailer and they'll make it epic, the one battle, Superman can't win or something. And I'll be like, oh, I'm just making it. They'll be,
you'll pull the clip.
2 parts, 3 hours each. I'll be like, please, Lord, make it end.
You just used a clip of Dwayne Johnson at the Summer Games Fest when he was promoting Black Adam. Superman. One of Superman's weaknesses is magic. And one of Black Adam's powers is magic.
Oh, got him.
I love that. Any other thoughts on Black Adam?
No. Bad
Death Adam. I mean, the kid was okay. I enjoyed his scam at the start of the movie of them escaping. The idea of a country being held by mercenaries or Integran and them trying to get out of that, I guess, is interesting, but obviously none of that is really
a way more interesting movie buried very deep within this.
Very deep. Also, the climax of the movie, it has a bunch of zombies at some point, in which the people.
What? It does? What? Hold on.
Did you not? The skeleton creatures. Did you see those?
Nah.
So Sabak obviously get these.
I told you I was nodding in and out for a while.
Okay, yes. So Sabak, when Sabak comes to Kendar,
Yeah, I saw him. He turned into a devil.
he turns a devil. A bunch of like skeleton like creatures
Why?
come up for whatever reason to
They don't explain it.
because he opened the portal to hell or whatever.
Did he?
I think so. There's the thing in the sky.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. So there's these little minion things going around killing people. So then the little kid goes to the center of town and does the whole arm thing in the air. To
Shit!
To get the people to go together.
Moments.
To get all the people to start, fighting for their country. So they're all
Against
fighting.
the zombies.
Yeah, so they're all fighting with like sticks and shit.
Oh fuck! All right. Yeah, man.
So yeah.
No, I was.
That
really
was terribly cheesy, but
Yeah.
he's trying to make this. How would they even know that the original hero did that symbol? You know what I mean?
I think that symbol is actually what they do in Besaid when they're playing beach volleyball in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that symbol. Like, I'm pretty sure some wrestler does that move.
Yeah, it's the Diamond Cutter.
Ah,
Diamond Dallas Page. It's Diamond Dallas Page, mate. DDP.
Yeah.
Get on your
Okay,
DDP yoga.
Listen, if you've listened this far and you haven't seen the movie, go watch it now with the knowledge that they're all just doing the Diamond Cutter symbol. This movie will be much better. This movie would be much better if everybody was doing Diamond Cutters. All right. Let us know what you did think of Black Adam by going to explosion.com/Twitter or jump into our Discord at explosion.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here, what do you want to watch? Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars anywhere. You can leave 5 stars. And if you really like this episode, thought it was worth $1, head over to our Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff like this.
You have 2 paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.